Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Ball fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fanrun Radio. Listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville, Fanrun Radio.
Yeah, John and Cody were laying it down today. And the question becomes now that it's Florida week, my name is Basilio, fired up, focused, and prepared to be with you today. Did I say Florida week? Oh, I'm punch drunk. That's what happens to little boys and girls when you stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning. You're on for 6 hours after a big win over Arkansas, Bino, Jeff. A big win over Arkansas that has, I don't know, I saw some people in the park yesterday, and they were like, man, I'm really concerned about this trip to Alabama. Let's just start here before we get Bino in, because I usually get Bino in here and we'll let him go. Here's the thing about this week. When you looked at the schedule back in the summer and you looked at this game, what did you say? Unless you're my boy Sammy in the Ridge, who I love and have served all these years. You said this game's going to be a loss. That's what you said. So what's the point? Okay. Alabama's a free roll this weekend for the Vols. Alabama's very good in their building. Alabama's going to be very hard to beat. Alabama is down there with our defense. It's going to be a really hard game. Stranger things do and will happen throughout every weekend in college football these days. Stranger things do and will happen. Now, one thing that we say around here these days is when it comes to the SEC, any given Saturday, anything can happen. It's the closest thing to the NFL. That is all true. In the NFL, though, 9.5, 10-point underdogs generally don't go out and beat favorites. In college football, it's happening all the time. All the time. So why not us? And why not now? Why not us? Why not now? And I ask you, on the heels of the Arkansas game, now that we've had a chance to kind of cool off, can it be? Can this Tennessee team go to Alabama and change the narrative? Jeff, I'd like your thoughts on the game you witnessed with Arkansas and where we are. It was an interesting Garza Law fifth quarter fan reaction we had there tonight. First of all, I was kind of snappy because I was playing music out in the hot sun for Marcos Garza's tailgate. It was really fun. It was a lot of fellowship. But as you know, when you sit out in that stuff, and especially when you're doing what we were doing and really putting out the juice, man, it takes it out of you a little bit. So you get snippy and snappy. But we had people the other day, celebrate. You got to celebrate all these wins. But we had some people pumping up Arkansas, telling me they were a really good team. They're not. Telling me they're going to go to A&M and win. No, they're not. I mean, I love you and I love your show. And then we had some people acting like the sky was falling because Tennessee's defense is struggling to stop people right now. But we all knew Arkansas was going to score points, Bino, didn't we? We talked about that Friday. We just thought we'd score a lot more.
Yeah, I think both views are probably understandable, Tony. I think Arkansas is a very good offensive team.
Very good.
But they're not a good defensive team at all.
At all.
So
we stopped ourselves.
Yeah, you would have hoped for a little more separation.
Yep. Jump in there, Bino. Give me your thoughts on what we witnessed. And the floor is yours. And then we're going to go to the phones. And I'm asking the listener right now on this Monday, what is your feeling on the outset of Bama week? And where are the Vols in this pecking order right now in the SEC? We're half season in now. We're 6 games in. Where are we in that pecking order? Go ahead, Bino.
First of all, Tony, happy Alabama week to everyone. It's one of the special weeks and one of the special games in all of college football. So happy to get here at this point, 5-1, which I was hopeful we were going to be able to do. Also, before I jump into the game, happy heavenly birthday to my mother and the Paisan, who would have been 99 and 70 respectively yesterday. And happy heavenly birthday to the late great Roger Davis. Not sure how old he would have been, but today's his birthday. I miss every one of them, but I wouldn't call any of them back from the paradise they're now residing in to ease my pain. So happy heavenly birthday to all three. The game on Saturday, obviously some defensive concerns. I don't think you could come out of that game with any other viewpoint, especially giving up 240 yards rushing at a better than 5-yard per carry clip and almost 500 yards total offense. The Hogs were 7 of 13 on third down conversions, something we talked about that Tennessee has to get a whole lot better at with Richard last week, and they were 5 out of 5 in the red zone, with 4 of them being touchdowns. And that's something that they obviously are going to have to improve if they want to have any hopes of being a playoff football team at the end of the year. One thing I will give them is they obviously made adjustments to slow down Arkansas's running game in the second half, shut out Arkansas in the third quarter, which gave Tennessee an opportunity to build a 17-point lead that proved to be insurmountable. And once again, had 5 sacks and took the football away 3 times. And there's no way we win if they don't do those things. So, and like Tony, I'm not sure that taking the ball away at the rate that they're taking it away and in the timely manner in which they're doing it is sustainable. But it's something that this defense has done for half the season so far. Offensively, I was mostly pleased. The Hogs were somehow the first team to kind of neutralize Brazil. But we had other receivers step up, especially Staley stepped up big. And Tennessee actually ran the ball better than Arkansas did, which is hard to believe, averaging almost 8 yards per carry. Played turnover free, which was huge in winning the game. My only real issues offensively were the 2 and 9 on third down that we've got to get better at, and inability to take an early lead after forcing the first turnover in plus territory. I think we only scored 7 points off turnovers. One of them, understandably, I think we knocked it loose in our own red zone. So you don't automatically score on those, but you'd hope for when you get a turnover on the plus side of the field, you need to get some points out of it. Bottom line remains the same for me. It's SEC football, and what we've declared is an era of parity like no other. Just win the game, and Tennessee won the game. So they put themselves in a great position going to Alabama with a huge opportunity on Saturday.
No question. You know, college football is really about perspective. And perspective's a hard thing to have in this sport right now because these weeks aren't relating to each other. But yet they are. Like, for instance, I would have thought, and a couple people made this point, Cinco made it Saturday. When we got up 17 on those guys, old Heupel teams just throw the pedal to the metal and throw it down and blow those teams out of the door. It's what it felt like was getting ready to happen. But it didn't Saturday. So.
Yeah, Tony. I mean, that came down the field after we scored to go up 17 and cut it to 10.
Yeah.
And at that point, I kind of commend Heupel for the way he handled the game from that point on. If we go out there and have a 3 and out where we throw 2 passes and we take 0 time off the clock,
that's right.
We lose the football game.
That's right.
I think that he knew that he had enough points at that point. His enemy at that point was not Arkansas, it was the clock. Well, his enemies were the clock and his defense.
Yeah.
And had he winning the game is what I want to do, and the way he handled the end of it, we won the game. I'm not sure we win the game otherwise, and if we go out there and have one of those series where we leave just a little bit more time on the clock and they come back and beat us, we're having an entirely different discussion.
Oh, hell. Oh, you kidding.
We're talking about how he did not handle the clock the way that he should.
That's right.
Well, one good thing is that Arkansas took 5 minutes to score that touchdown to get within 10.
Exactly.
And I said, well, if they can do another one of those, they won't have time to get a third chance.
Here's the other thing that we have to keep in mind. There are no style points. Now, Arkansas and Mississippi State aren't very good teams. They're just not. You can wish and hope and tell me they're good. And that Arkansas team is going to get run over by Texas A&M this weekend unless something really strange happens, like A&M's history gets in the way. Because you know what I think of A&M historically, but that team I saw Saturday night, that is not A&M historically. That is a loaded college football team. It's kind of like when you look at Indiana right now and you go, oh, well, I guess that's not history out there playing on the field. I guess those are players, which gets me to this. Some of you like to worship coaches, and that's fine. Some of you want Tim Banks' scalp right now. What is he supposed to do right now? And I do get the criticism that that's his secondary. Okay, that's fine. And I do get that those are his safeties, though I understand he hasn't been coaching the safeties. Willie Martinez has. They've kind of shifted things, and they've given some other people some responsibility and whatever. But if you don't have the players and you have linebackers that are taking crazy angles, which we've seen, and this Simpson guy this weekend is going to roll out. He's going to get Tennessee. He's going to get off platform. They're going to get discombobulated, and he's going to turn them around. And you just hope that he has the kind of day that Milroe had last year, where Milroe couldn't hit a pass. So, hey, Bino, we got some openings now in college football. It's silly season.
Wow.
All right. Did Penn State play around with James Franklin after making the national semifinal last year?
No, they're absolutely not playing, Tony. I can't believe the things that unfolded to where James Franklin is without a job today. I mean, how many coaches in this country would you have thought would have lost their job before James Franklin?
I mean, it's amazing. You know what I wonder?
That's stunning.
How much does this tarnish him? Does a Florida go after him? Does an Auburn go after him? Or do they see him as marked? Because I'll tell you this, Auburn would love to make the playoffs every year. Florida would love to win 10 games and make the playoffs every year right now, Bino. It's kind of about perspective, isn't it? Penn State was getting bored with him. He's the old adage that we kind of believe in, which is if you're not exceptional and great, after 10 years, it's time for you to go. How long was he there, Bri? How long was Franklin at Penn State?
Let's see. His last year at Vandy was 2013, so 2014 would have been his first at Penn State.
10, 11 years.
That would be 12, going on 12 years.
Yeah, that's it. 11 and a half years. That was it for him. He's a perfect example of that, Bino. He won at a really high clip. He bored those people. His offense was boring. He ran it no matter who the coordinator was. There's too much wasted motion. It's kind of like that stuff Butch Jones used to do. It's just a bunch of nonsense. And rank the jobs for me, Bino. You ready? You and Brian. Then we'll go to the phones. Auburn's going to be open after this weekend. And by the way, APB for Mark in Columbus. It's Columbus Day. And I am calling and inviting you to call in and give me your thoughts on the implosion of Hugh Freeze at Auburn. And also, Mark, I'd like you to please acknowledge the fact that I don't know what Hugh Freeze did to the SEC office, but they done screwed him. Because I'm going to tell you something, Beanstar. Tony Basilio, whoever that guy is, was on the right side last week. He called Georgia losing that game, and it should have been 17-0, Bino. Through time immemorial in history, when you break the plane with the ball in your hand, that's a touchdown, Bino. And that's exactly what happened in that game.
Yeah, I was thinking about that early in the game, about your prediction all week that Auburn was going to win the game, and thinking about how, man, you had nailed that, and you should have nailed it. Hugh Freeze may be the only guy in the league that gets a worse whistle than Josh does.
Amen to that. Now that Herr Fuse, Bri, is exiting stage right, Josh Heupel's going to be the whipping boy of the guys with the whistles, because he gets 0 calls. They respect him not at all. They walk on Josh Heupel like he's a doormat. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what Danny White's doing with the league, but whatever it is not working, boys and girls. It is just not working.
Hugh Freeze and Heupel aren't really the same personality-wise. You'd think that, I guess maybe they're punishing Hugh Freeze for how it ended at Ole Miss maybe, and how he sort of was outcast for a while, but Heupel just comes across as someone who isn't like that at all, and he's not. And it's just two different types of personalities, and they respect neither. Heupel has to do something about
another
that.
One of my officiating buddies told me that this lay down lineman thing's really, he thinks the Tennessee's making a mockery of the sport, and they're holding it against him. Kind of like Matt says. And it's really a silly exercise. I wish he'd let it go, but I guess he's going to do him. All right, Bino, let's rank the openings. Auburn, Florida, Penn State. Give them to me, because they're all going to open.
I'll go Penn State 1, Tony, just simply because Auburn is always going to be the little brother to Alabama in their own state. I'll go Florida 2nd, just because of how many football players. I know there's a lot of competition for them, but just how many football players there are that you can throw a rock in 4 directions and recruit in that area and have a pretty good football team. And I'll go Auburn 3rd, just because of the history of unstable leadership, or as far as who's actually controlling that football program.
Their AD chasing the officials into the locker room at halftime looked like something out of professional wrestling. But I will say the officiating looked like something out of professional wrestling. And when they came back after halftime and did that thing with Kirby and the timeout, and him talking them out of that. Why doesn't Kirby just wear stripes? Why doesn't he just wear an officiating vest over there and just make it official? He's a member of the crew. It's like it's a controlled practice, and he's over there sort of a de facto official, Bino. He talked them into that fumble. He talked them into that. He ran onto the field down to the 7-yard line. Should have got a 15-yard penalty, man. What are we doing? I'm channeling my inner James Seltzer right now. Listen, when we come back, we're going to get some calls. Now, I'm putting out an APB for Columbo because it's Columbus Day. And he's marking Columbus. So I'm putting out, I hope we get him in our set of 3 love songs in a row. College football's nuts. And Bino has to deal with the fact that Paisan he hates is literally on top of the college football world right now. And I don't know how this guy at Indiana's done this. And I want Bino's dead level thoughts on this on the other side, if he believes that Kurt Cignetti can really coach, or if this is some kind of mirage. And if he was one of those halves, a Florida, in Indiana, Florida, an Auburn, or a Penn State, if he'd make a run at Cignetti, or is this just a flash in the pan? I want your opinion on Tennessee, Alabama this week. I'm taking your temperature on a Monday. Are the Vols set up to go on the road and roll, or are they set up to go on the road and get rolled? How are you feeling on this Monday as we continue with more on your other side right after this?
Are you searching for a great local coffee? I'm Billy with Grade A Grounds. You can buy our freshly roasted coffee online and support a good cause with every sip. Great coffee, greater causes. Visit our website today, gradeagrounds.com.
You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land. Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting. Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. When it's time for your next move, you want to get your precious belongings from point A to point B with your peace of mind intact. That's why you need to call my friends at Gouffon Moving and Storage, East Tennessee's moving legend. Gouffon Moving and Storage has been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. That's 138 years, 5 generations. That's even longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era combined. Gouffon Moving and Storage, pro movers, serving Knoxville, surrounding areas, and interstate moves too, both residential and commercial. And we'll provide you with personalized service that other corporate movers simply cannot. We know how to move all types of items. We pay careful attention to our clients' valuables. Your satisfaction as a customer is our absolute priority. As the oldest continually owned and operated family moving business in the United States, when it's time for your next move, it's Gouffon Moving and Storage. And storage, it's secure and vaulted. Our newest offering of commercial storage logistics, we offer receiving, storage, and delivery services for all your business logistic needs. See more at Gouffon.com. That's Gouffon.com. Or check out the link at tclub.team. When it's time for your next move, East Tennessee's moving legend, Gouffon Moving and Storage.
Life never stops moving, and between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, a tire designed for doers, a tire that's going to last, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires, just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776, or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Fall has officially arrived, so now is the perfect time to make sure your home's heating and HVAC system is ready for the season ahead. Don't ignore the warning signs that your heating or cooling system is struggling or nearing the end of its lifespan. And if you need fast, reliable HVAC repairs, seasonal preventative maintenance, or want to invest in a new high-efficiency system, then call the trusted HVAC experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Whatever HVAC problems you encounter, our certified technicians will make a full assessment and then provide the best long-term solution to keep your home comfortable again all year long. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. Be sure to ask about our 10-plus year warranties that are 2 times longer than industry standards so you don't spend a cent on unexpected costs in the future. So call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B.
It was an incredible weekend of family fellowship, fun, football, of all win, a long Garza Law fifth quarter fan reaction. And now, like Bino said, you wake up and it's Alabama week, and there is just something about the rhythm of college football season. And now that it's just become a crazy sport where all these teams are interrelated, where they're all sharing players annually. And then we look up there, Bino, at Houjaval Ryan's boys. And we're going to go to the phones here momentarily. And Brian's telling me that Lumbo has heeded the clarion call and is going to lead things off on the TLD Logistics phone lines. Brian, Bino, explain to me what's going on in Indiana. How's a guy doing that? How do you put a team together that you can go out there and compete with Philip Knight's money when you're at Indiana with a bunch of 3-star players, basically? How's he done this?
Tony, I have no idea. Listen, the guy rubs me the wrong way, but I've never denied that if you can go to Indiana and do what he's done, he's obviously a fantastic coach. Now, you know, I thought last year when I watched it, it was a little bit of smoke and mirrors. That the the payoff was greater than I thought that it would have been due to a favorable schedule that he had. But you just can't deny a guy that rolls out there to Oregon and beats Oregon on their home field in year two. You know, I never saw that coming. I never saw that coming. So now we've taken it to a completely different level than I thought. He's achieved way above and beyond what I ever thought he was. I don't hate the guy. He rubs me the wrong way because he's one of those guys that just he's a Richard because he wants to be a Richard. You know, he doesn't have to be. That's what. But I've never denied that the guy can coach. What he's done at Indiana has been miraculous.
Bino, he told the sideline reporter lady after the game, he said, look, driving here, he said, now, you might not believe us, but I've coached in a lot of big games in my career. He does that whole thing he does, you know, that old diatribe thing he does. He said, because he's the same guy that said, check my trophy case when he first got the job. We're going to win big here. And they were like snickering at him. And he said, okay, check my trophy case. The guy's in his second year. He's in Indiana. I mean, that's just not possible.
You know, obviously, this is a guy that probably should have gotten an opportunity at this level long before he did. And he's apparently still mad about that and mad at the world about that. I mean, just be a little gracious is all I'm asking for. Just be a little thankful for the blessings that you're getting there.
I just Googled Cignetti, and Google suggested Curt Cignetti contract, which means that there are millions of people around the country that are querying Curt Cignetti contract. Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, with these openings coming up and
gee, I wonder
how he's
why.
Flying there.
He coached at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. He coached at James Madison. When he was at James Madison, they were cover machines when he was there. They had zero mercy on anybody. One fall, man, I just kept winning with them. Just boom, boom, boom. Every week. That was just a solid, straight thing. Cover. And they just went out and just hammered people. It was right the year before he got the Indiana job. He's 17-2. 17-2 at Indiana. He is a native of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He played at West Virginia. He played quarterback there.
You know, doesn't West Virginia might want to think if he's a West Virginia alum that they missed a chance?
A lot of people think they missed a chance, Bino.
I mean,
because I'm not.
Instead,
listen,
they got.
Hey guys, I'm not sure Penn State's a better job than Indiana right now, in the modern climate we're in. I'm not sure of that. Are you, Bino? All it takes a couple millionaires to fund your deal. I'm not sure I'd leave if I were him. Why would you leave?
Well, I don't think I would leave if I were him, Tony, because I regardless of how the game changes, there's never going to be the pressure on him at Indiana that there are at some of these other spots he's talking about.
Yep.
Because Indiana's always going to be basketball first. I don't care what he does up there, how long he does.
And he reminds me of early Bruce Pearl so much here. It's just not even funny. It has that same feel to it. His peers in the profession hate him. He doesn't care. He's extremely arrogant. He's running everybody over. They're playing this breakneck I mean, they gave up a defensive touchdown. Gave up a defense and rolled by multiple scores at Oregon. Who does that? Let's go to the phones. And they beat that poor Moore kid up. They beat him silly. They knocked him silly. To the phones we go. Lumbo leads it off on Columbus Day. It's Mark in Columbus calling on Columbus Day.
Tony.
And Lumbo, may I say, since it is Columbus Day, the floor is yours. I'm going to let you go unfettered here today, so go for it. The floor is yours.
Well, I mean, do you really expect Hugh Freeze to get any call from any official? I mean, the guy, nobody likes the guy. Nobody respects the guy. They're going to screw him every chance they get. That was a given. He's never made one update to his offense ever, and he decided to go out to replace Peyton Thorne. He went out and got Peyton Thorne because he's so arrogant he thinks he can turn anybody into quarterback. That roster's loaded. Those receivers are studs. The defense is stacked, and he went and got Jackson Arnold because he's that arrogant. And the Hugh Freeze tenure at Auburn will come to a merciful end this coming week. So maybe he could take his buyout money and head back to Liberty, where he never should have left.
Hey, Bino, there were guys running wide open in the second half the other night in that Auburn-Georgia game, and that kid just can't hit them. He just can't. Matt Dixon, we're watching it. Matt goes, man, what a great play call.
Based on what I had seen, I just had no trust that Jackson Arnold was the guy.
I thought Hugh could turn him into a quarterback because he's always been able to do that down through the years, reach his quarterbacks.
Yeah, Tony, he did it 10 years ago. I mean, okay, he took Chad Kelly, who was a 5-star high school kid, and got in trouble at Clemson and went to Scuba. If you had that kid, now if you had that kid on the Auburn team, sure. But the only reason Chad Kelly ended up at Ole Miss is because he got in trouble at Clemson. And he made Bo Wallace a really good player. Other than that, no. Malik Willis was just athletically superior to everybody in that league. And that's where Hughes should have stayed. At Liberty, where he'd have more money than anybody in the league.
Yes,
he could make the playoff as a group of 5 participant, more times than not, and be fine. Make his $5 million a year and be fine.
Yep.
But he had to try to step back in the spotlight because he's an attention whore. And this is what happened. The guy's not a good coach. The only reason people think he's a good coach is because he won 2 games 10 years ago. They beat Alabama in 2014 and 2015, 10 years ago. Guy's not any good. Period. I think we could finally put that to bed. That guy's some kind of good coach. He's not.
Anything.
But I do want to say, real quick, Tony, everybody needs to say a small, condolences to me. I had Jared Goff 90-1 to score the first TD last night. I don't know if you saw the game, but he scored, and 2 minutes later they got a buzz down from the booth to call an illegal procedure on Detroit Lions on the play, and they didn't score. It was a lot of fun. I'm still pretty sick about it.
So we're buzzing down on illegal procedures now in the NFL?
Yeah.
Bino, you like that? Gross. Bino, you like that? That use of replay?
No, I did not say that. That's absolutely ridiculous. I do not like that.
Meanwhile, the SEC got talked into scoring a touchdown with Georgia when obviously, or not a touchdown, rather a turnover in that Auburn game, which even Columbus will admit he broke the plane and it was 17-0. Even you'll admit that.
Yeah, I mean, look, the SEC is they're not naive. They know they have an officiating problem, but I just don't know if they know what they're supposed to do about it. Do you make these guys full-time guys like the NFL? I mean, do they have the money to do that? I don't know. Like, what's the solution? That's my thing.
Well, one solution would be when Kirby.
The SEC knows they have a problem. They're not dumb. They're not saying he's not dumb. He knows he's got a problem. I just don't know what's to be done once you make these guys full-time officials.
When Kirby runs onto the field, Columbus, here's an idea: throw 15-yard penalty on him. You can't run down there to the 7-yard line and run on the freaking field. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
But he gets away with it.
Look who's on the other sideline, Tony. They ain't going to give that guy any love.
That's a great point. Our guy and that guy. I don't know what our guy did to anybody, Bino. It might be the lay-down lineman thing. It might be the way he looks or project. I have no idea. But whatever it is, I mean, they hate our guy, Beanstar.
Well, I mean, his teams have always been highly penalized, Tony. So from that standpoint, what I don't understand is how the other team rolls in, how Ole Miss rolls in and is penalized one time. Now, we declined too, but
Arkansas,
how do they roll in? I mean, Arkansas roll in,
the truth.
And they're penalized one time. That's impossible.
With firing 2 defensive assistants and an interim coach, you play that cleanly? You got to be kidding me.
Do they respect Petrino? Was it Bobby Petrino that much?
I don't know, bro. He really does.
Hope not.
He really cuts a real figure down there in his Ray-Bans, wearing them at night. It's like somebody at Lumbo would
Tony,
run around.
Arkansas needs to keep losing if they know what's good for them, because you can't let the Little Rock Boosters even have an inkling of hiring Bobby Petrino.
No doubt about it,
They need
brother.
to keep losing. Play hard, but lose.
Play hard, but lose.
Because they don't want that. What we're talking about, Penn State job, like Cignetti's not going there, and Lane's not going anywhere it's cold unless it's the Ohio State job or the NFL. Like he's not going there.
I'd call Lane Kiffin if I were them.
Perception is, and the local perception at Penn State is this guy can't get us over the hump. He's just lost 2 ridiculous games. He's out of here.
The guy in Indiana too is showing me that you can win a national championship at probably 20 schools right now. You can win a national championship.
Well, he hasn't won the national championship
but
yet.
You
Tony.
can.
He beat an Oregon team that kind of slept walk. They would give them all the credit in the world. They kicked their ass. I get it. Oregon was kind of asleep, I thought.
You could win one
and
here.
They took advantage, and they're legit. Like they're a legit team. Last year was a little bit. It was all a bunch of James Madison kids and James Madison 3-stars and the quarterback from Ohio U, and he beat everybody that isn't very good in the Big Ten. Then when he stepped up against the big boys, he kind of went into a shell to not get completely blown out. And so, I get it. This is a legit team. They haven't won any national title yet.
And by the way, your boy Lane Kiffin would crawl to that Penn State job. You and this fascination.
Tony, he's not going to the
now.
cold
They're not
weather.
going to take him. They're
not
not.
Going to the cold
They're
weather.
not going to take him because they think they're high minded there, and they wouldn't fool with a guy with his past. But they wouldn't take him for that reason, Brian. They wouldn't take him for that reason.
Tony, he's not going to the cold weather. He's not.
Okay.
James Franklin's
he'd go to Ohio State. He'd go to the NFL. He's not going to the cold weather.
Say it again, Brian.
James Franklin is the 5th winningest coach in the last 3.5 years.
God.
There's only been 4 coaches that have been better than he is record-wise.
One of them's a day guy.
The reality is the Penn State people think they should be playing for the national championship every single year.
It makes no sense.
If that's the only reality that counts, is their perception of the job.
It makes no sense.
And if you're at Penn State, you got a ton of money. It's a huge school, huge alumni base, huge enrollment. It is in the middle of nowhere, but you've got a ton of money, and they expect to be Ohio State.
Yeah, that Pagola guy.
Whether you think that's possible or not doesn't matter. They think it is, and they want somebody to deliver that. Now, if they go and hire Matt Rule, they're just hiring James Franklin again. The guy doesn't beat anybody good ever. They're 5-1 this year, but they haven't beaten anybody with a pulse.
Nope.
So, and he's going to have trouble the rest of the year trying to navigate that because he wants the job. He'd crawl there.
Are you kidding?
But it's just the national perception of that job doesn't matter. It's what the Penn State people think they are.
All right, Lumbo, on the way out, how are you feeling right now? Inquiring minds want to know. How are you feeling about this opportunity the Vols have with Alabama? It's the same thing Indiana had last week, just an opportunity. It's a game everybody thinks you're losing. You're going to be close to a double-digit underdog, whatever it is. What do you think?
Better score 42 to have a chance.
Well, you're a real.
Can they do that? I'm not all that impressed with Kane Womack's defense. Can they do that?
You're a real barrel of sunshine.
I'm got to score 42. I mean, because these linebackers, DeBoer is going to do donuts around this linebacking core. They haven't putting 45 points on the board.
Bino, you agree with that?
There's nothing you can, Tim Banks. I know isn't great, but these linebackers are not good. They all run about 4.8.
Bino, what do you think, Beanstar?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Tennessee will probably defend the run better, obviously, than they did on Saturday, especially if Alabama's running back's out, just simply because you don't have to account for Simpson the way you did Green in the running game. So I think that we'll be able to slow the running game down a little bit. But what you can do over the middle to Tennessee's defense throwing the football scares me to death with Simpson.
Mark, how are you going to
celebrate? I will say, Tony,
yeah.
This is the fourth straight, what I would call big game for Alabama in 4 weeks.
No doubt about it.
How much starch do they have? How much starch do they have left? I don't know. That was a kind of a sledgehammer game Saturday against Missouri. They put out a lot of effort. I mean, you know, it's the third Saturday in October at night in their own building.
Yep.
Sure, but Tennessee needing kind of 2 coins. They were in control against Arkansas the whole way, but 2 3-point wins over 2 of the 3 worst teams in the league doesn't project all that great for the rest of the schedule.
Thank you, Columbus. How do you celebrate Mark and Columbus Day? What kinds of things do you do besides your normal besides your normal prayers to the Lane Kiffin shrine that you have in your house? Is he a trip, Bino, or what? Lumbus, who did answer the bell.
I enjoy Mark. He entertains me. I like him.
Here's a thing to file under your hat today. What's the guy down there at Ole Miss, Bri? What's that fella's name that we've had on a time or two? He's
Neil McCready.
McCready said today on his show he's predicting. He said if he had to guess, he said, because the Simmons kid's upset, apparently he's going to leave Ole Miss because he doesn't like the fact that he got beat out by a better player. That's the era we're in. This guy's better than you are, man. I'm sorry. He got a chance to play and he's better than you are. I didn't do it. And he didn't do it. And you surely didn't do it. But they're saying that guy's going to leave. And there's speculation there that for McCready that Nico will be back in the league at Ole Miss next season. Again, that shows you how perception in that sport can change so quickly. Because a couple weeks ago, James Franklin was happily employed and was going to be there for years. And Nico was not a Power 4 conference starter. You don't think that sport changes quickly, do you, Bino? And Tennessee could flip the script this weekend. Bad defense and all with a win with Alabama. A flawed Alabama team. A winnable game. Not a game that's out of reach. This is not Tennessee going down there in the 2019 and Nick Saban's coaching and you're a 35-point underdog. No, this game is very much in reach, but you better come with your best stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, Tony. I don't think this game's out of reach by any stretch. And it's even stranger that those 2 stories that you mentioned are intertwined. How did that happen? How did Nico and James Franklin's fate become tied together?
You know what's funny? I was talking to my brother yesterday when the Franklin news broke. My brother Richard there, who lives it, breathes it, loves it, and dies it. And that never even came up. If Nico didn't transfer to UCLA, he's probably still employed. Yeah. Weird, man. That's a really good point, Bino. I'm of the belief, though, and Bino just kind of pointed to that indirectly, which is the sport is completely related now, especially when it comes to the SEC and the Big 18. But these teams are going to fight over coaches. They're going to fight over players. They're going to fight over coordinators. They're going to fight over booster dollars. They're going to fight over, you name it, they're going to fight over it. They're going to fight over oxygen. Let's go back to our phones and get our next call in. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air. Happy Monday to you. Race fans. Let's try this again. Happy Monday to you. Tony. Yeah, welcome in.
Hey, thanks, buddy. How did we not ask Colombo?
I don't know, Rusty. I'm not good at my job. I'm not good at my job, Rusty. That's how I didn't ask.
I know you're not. This is I know what this is an off-topic thing. I didn't even think about it until after he was already off. About his Lane Kiffin Ole Miss team scoring 24 points and squeaking by Washington State, who previously gave up 59 to Washington and 59 to Texas State.
Ole Miss almost looked like they were distracted. I mean, Kiffin all these job rumors coming up might be distracting to that program. They were a 35-point favorite in that game.
The truth is it's a noon kickoff, and they're not taking the opponent serious. It happens all the time. It's a joke. It's not a real thing. Ole Miss, nobody's going to care about what Ole Miss did against Washington State when they're in the playoffs in 8 weeks. It's just college football. You're going to have weeks where your kids are all looking forward to the party tonight, and they're not really focused, but they got the W. It's all that matters. It's just funny that, Lane
Washington
Kiffin's a hero,
State,
and I love Lane, but he did look pretty ordinary against a really not great team of the Washington State Cougars.
Also, Rusty, I don't think Washington State. Never mind.
No, go ahead, Bino. Get. You can go ahead.
Go ahead.
You're allowed
to
converse here. No, go ahead, Bino. You're allowed to converse. Go ahead. Bino, go ahead, man. Beanstar. Where'd Bino go?
Bino, we lose you?
I think we
I'm here, guys.
Go ahead, man. Make your point, Bino. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I don't think Washington State could have found a better spot on Ole Miss's schedule if they'd allowed them to just, hey, where do you want to be on there? Ole Miss obviously should blow that team out, but you're coming off a game with LSU, you got an open date, and then beyond Washington State, you got Georgia, then you got Oklahoma. So if they were going to sleepwalk through one, that would probably be the one that you would point to and say, hey, it's going to happen.
Plus, as Orange Blood said, they might have had an experienced team. You could say the Cougars were too old for Lane Kiffin. Go ahead, Rusty.
Speaking of off weeks and coming off of off weeks, how is it our worst performances, like with penalties and mistakes, generally come after bye weeks? It's like 4 years in a row now. We put up a really bad mental performance after a bye week.
Rusty, that game was so weird the other day because people were calling me, wanting me to sell for that win, and then people
there's no excuse in it.
I don't know. And then people
Josh sitting on the ball when they cut it to 10 points and just trying to run the clock out. If we go up, if he tries to score and make it 41-24 and does, we all feel great. We all feel fine because we thought they would score around 30. We just thought we would score in the high 40s, but Josh just tried to run the clock out, doesn't do it, punts back to him, and then they get it to a 3-point game. But even before that, we got all those illegal snaps, which the illegal snap on 4th and 1 was an atrocious call. We did nothing wrong. They jumped off sides. We reacted. Our center didn't even move or flinch or shake the ball, nothing. But anyway, how about this? Couple lines for this coming Saturday that are surprising. One, Duke is favored by 1.5 over Georgia Tech. Undefeated number 12 in the country, Georgia Tech. That's a funny line to me. We are an 8.5-point underdog. The opening line that came out at Alabama, which is that's a good line. But how about this? A&M is favored by 7.5 against Arkansas. We're a bigger underdog at Bama than Arkansas is with A&M on Saturday.
Wow. Now that's crazy, Bino, isn't it?
I didn't hear the last part that he put together.
We're a bigger underdog.
Oh yeah,
than
Arkansas is at A&M.
Yes.
Yeah.
That game is at Arkansas, by the way.
All the money's going to come in on A&M, I'm guessing, and that line's going to get up to like 9.5, 10.5, and there might be some money on us because all the computers say that us and Bama should be like a 2 or 3 point ball game for them. So we'll see where the lines go when the smart money starts coming in. So I was on Banks the other night, and maybe I was probably a little bit emotional in the moment, like a lot of people probably were. But the truth is, A&M is the best team in the conference at getting people in 3rd down and long, meaning they stop you on 1st and 2nd and force you into a passing down. They get you in 3rd and 7 plus, the most. And then they get off the field at like 9 out of 10 times in the percentages when they have you in that situation. We're the second best team in the conference at getting you in third and longs. And we are monumentally the worst team after we get you there and getting off the field. We're allowing teams to convert when we get them in 3rd and 7+ 60% of the time.
I like the angle we took Thielander in space, and it's really not fair because that kid's an exceptional player, Bino. But that kid the other day at quarterback rolls out, and I mean we lose
And
all contain
Thielander
on our
follows him.
ends, and Thielander just doesn't use the sidelines at all, Bino. He doesn't use the sideline at all. I mean,
no, it was really noticeable, Tony, that was a poor play on Thielander's part. But we've seen very few guys with the athleticism and the ability to just completely change a game like Green.
Green's a stud, Bino. You're so right. But here's maybe a solution to that. We insist on keeping Thielander and Carter, Arian on the field when we get people in 3rd and long. How about we sub Thielander off, and whoever's not on the field between Boo or McMurray, bring them on for Thielander and go 6 defensive backs, dime coverage when we get them in passing down. So you don't have Thielander out there to get lost in coverage. Because he's good on 1st and 2nd downs. He made a couple tackles for loss in the run game in the second half, played well. But then 3rd downs, they just pick on him. Get him off the field, use one linebacker, and get both of your stars on the field, as in Boo and McMurray, and let's play with 6 DBs when we have you in behind the sticks. But anyway, my guess is I called for Banks to be fired, and I bet he makes me look like a fool this week and has the daggone game of his life and shuts Bama down.
How about
he's
that?
Going to make me look like an idiot.
How about that? I hope you're right. I'm not real confident in it, but I hope you're right. College football is a crazy game. My concern on this Monday with them is I think it's a free roll for the Vols, just like the Georgia game was a free roll for Tennessee. You win this game, you're going to make the playoffs. You lose this game, you're going to have to fight like hell to get into the playoffs. And any result, if you lose this game, is possible. You can get in at 10-2. You can still go 8-4 though, because this is outside of Kentucky and that New Mexico State team, our Machi tailgate, and we need your tickets. Machi Brook wants me to remind you, they've got, and they're just such a wonderful program, a mentoring program. If you got 4 hours a month and you're in the area and you can help them, they mentor children and foster mentorship with children. One or both parents are incarcerated. Many of the children that will come to this tailgate have never been on UT's campus. A few of them have been to past tailgate, but they so look forward to it. They've got, a lot of these kids have really, really, really rough upbringings, and this is a red letter day in their lives, and you make it possible. And when I say you, I mean Vol Nation. I mean some of the great businesses in our area. Calhoun's donating, I don't know, a couple $3,000 worth of food. Our friends down in Nashville, our 2 benefactors who for years and years and years have bought this tailgate spot for us over there in Circle Park so these kids can have just an absolute 5-star experience. My friends at Alumni Hall, and shout out to Beth Parks, who pulls back stuff for us all year for those kids and the looks on their faces. And then the folks from our audience, like the Julie Macks of the world, that come out of the audience and volunteer and serve at this thing. And I just walk around and shake people's hands and act like I've done something when really we're doing nothing. But it's an amazing, amazing thing. So all we ask of you is your tickets. Look, you don't need to go to that New Mexico. What is it? New Mexico State, Bri? Is that who they're playing? These directional games?
Yeah, that's who that's it this year.
I mean, New Mexico State's liable to put, at this point, they're liable to put 35 up on us. Fab Five Freddy had one of the greatest. Bina, do I want to use the line on the air or just leave it alone? I better leave that one alone. As we continue with more on the other side, Fab Five Freddy, you know what I'm talking about. You're a simpleton. More phone calls after this.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted grade A grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the volunteer state by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof. T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka, and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka, distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly. Basilio here. No one does it like Alumni Hall. I'm here to tell you, living Vol fan, only one place. That's the best place to shop for Tennessee gear, and that's Alumni Hall. The best and largest selection of Tennessee apparel for the whole family. Top brands like Nike, Champion, Columbia, Peter Millar. Load up on hats, accessories, Yeti, all your tailgating necessities. Download the Alumni Hall app, click account, and it'll tell you how much Hall cash you've earned. You earn $10 in rewards for every $150 you spend. Alumni Hall, with physical locations in Murfreesboro, Bristol, and 3 locations in Knoxville, now open in Johnson City. Pop into Alumni Hall and get ready and tell them Tony B sent you. When it's time for a fresh coat of paint, run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. Interior and exterior, Walker's Painting's been making it beautiful since 1999 across the Knoxville area. New construction, repaints, commercial, residential, free estimates available. And get this, mention you heard Walker's Painting on the Basilio Show, 10% off your first job. Let's go! Run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. 865-688-1410. That's 865-688-1410. Walker's Painting, making it beautiful since 1999. Check out the ad at the blog at tclub.team. Walker's Painting.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family-owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up. That's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our Gold Bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama's Easy approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. We're going to monitor Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fanrun Radio.
TB back with you as we are in hour number 2. It's an incredible time to be alive and well. Utterly amazing. The playbook with William Pattison coming up. I'll tell you what's not coming up is Josh Heupel's press conference, because people tell me they like us staying here and taking calls on Monday. I've gotten several people reach out. So if you're seeking that, we will monitor for the various folks that are covering it, but we will not be taking it today because we're just not going to learn anything. I mean, I would not expect him nor DeBoer to get too far into the status of some of these players. What do you think, Beanstar? Agree or disagree?
No, they're absolutely not going to. I think Josh has already done it 2 or 3 times this year. Wait till Wednesday. The report will be out on Wednesday. So
yeah, the days of these guys sharing things with you at press conferences. Now, I think it's disrespectful personally with the whole football. What's the word I'm looking for here? Just that whole culture of these coaches and how much power they have. It's not just him. Saban's the guy that started it. We close practice, Anyway, we're not taking the press conference today. We're going to go back to our phones. It's our TLD Logistics phone lines.
coming off just a really interesting week in the league. Tennessee survives and advances. Obviously, they take a step up. The last time they were on the road, they had to survive against an okay Mississippi State team. Not great. Probably a middle-bottom team in the league. Arkansas is a middle-bottom team in the league. Both those teams stretch Tennessee. Again, it's an any given Saturday. It's an any given Saturday deal now. So you take your wins. Everybody's got warts. Everybody's got warts in the league. Alabama is not what they once were. So these teams are lay one on top of the other. And it's going to be a crazy, crazy run to the finish here. And is Texas A&M, are they going to win the regular season? Is that going to happen? Are they about to accomplish something at A&M? Back to the phones we go, because in the modern era, they've done pretty much next to nothing. No offense. They've just always found a way. Let's go back to our phones and get our next call in. Hello and welcome. You're on the air.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, welcome in.
Long time no talking.
Hey, what's up, Mariano? Good to hear your voice, man. Old skew.
Oh, you know.
Old skew.
Living the life, living the dream life.
Hey, how's your daughter doing?
Hey, both of them are doing great, Tony. Thanks for asking.
Well, performance medicine, babe. I'm performing my best, and she is a sweet gal, and Ben Rogers is good people, and I love when good people find good people, man. That's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. Couldn't be more pleased with that. Tony, let's talk a little bit about the Auburn-Georgia game, and really, if you want to go back to the Auburn-Oklahoma game.
Yep.
You know, when you have just glaring missed calls, I don't know if you can call them missed calls. I don't know what you call it. What I call it's a lack of integrity in the SEC officiating, or in the SEC itself. Maybe that's what they want. But if you have that, Tony, I mean, it just kills the integrity of the game. Don't you agree?
Mariano, can it be a good scene when your athletic director is chasing officials into a tunnel and getting in their face on the field? Because I don't remember seeing that.
If I was in his position, I'd probably be doing the same thing, because, I mean, when you have everybody, when you have a pylon cam looking straight down the goal line,
exactly right,
and the ball is in the guy's possession, he's over that line.
That's exactly right.
Or at the bare minimum touching that line, and they don't give it to you, then something's up. And then the Oklahoma game goes to the hidden receiver on the sideline, which is a definite no-no.
Well, and everybody knows that you can't do that. As Watson Brown said, you know, there's gamesmanship in that sport. He said, and then there's cheating. He said, what Oklahoma did. This is Watson now, who coached there at one time.
Yeah.
He said on a couple Wednesdays ago, he said, you know, that's in our sport, that's cheating. What Oklahoma did there is cheating.
Yeah.
So,
but you know, here's the thing about it. I'm sure they knew it was, but maybe they were told, "Hey, go ahead and run it. We're not going to call it." I mean, who knows? I mean, it's just, I don't know. It just takes away from my interest of the sport when you don't think it's on the up and up.
Explain
I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's the way I feel about it.
No, I think that's a fair thing to say. Mariano, explain this to me. Why, when this league's on the cutting edge of everything, technology, the network, everything, why does the ACC let us listen to their booth and their officials talk? And why do I get the feeling, Bino, that this league will be the last one to do that? Why do I get that feeling, Bino?
You're probably correct in that feeling, Tony. I think this. I don't know about other leagues, but I think this league is overly protective of its officials. And Mariano, if I thought it wasn't on the up and up, I definitely wouldn't enjoy the game as much as I do. And I maybe I'm protecting myself here, but I just believe it's more incompetence than it is in any. Well, I can't bring the word up, but I think it's incompetence rather than just out and out cheating.
Bino,
well, I mean, you know, like Tennessee, we have the lead official. They were talking about him that was coming in, James Carter, who was the white hat on Saturday.
Yep.
You know, he was in the league for the last 2 years, but they didn't think he was good enough. You know, and so they cut him loose, and now he's back in the SEC. So I don't know if it's incompetence, but for at least for me, it takes away my enjoyment of the game.
Well, let me ask you this,
if I don't get it's on the up and up, if it's and there's absolutely, like, you're exactly right. There's absolutely no transparency with the SEC office, none.
But Mariano,
here's
my
like you're trying to get into the Kremlin or something, to get anything info on them. So
you could say,
guys, let me say this about our defense, and I'll move on.
Am I not talking? Hang on, Mariano. Let me make one point here. Thank you. Here's one thing about the league that I don't understand. How do they let Kirby Smart come out there in the third quarter and do his fake timeout, Bino, and stop the play, but then they give him his timeout back? How do you do that? I want you guys to tell me that.
Their time.
Are you not hearing me, Mariano?
Yeah, I hear you. I got you now.
How do they let Kirby Smart do his fake timeout?
I absolutely know.
That's
no idea,
wrestling. Guys, that's wrestling. They let him run on.
And he says he's clapping his hands when he's calling a timeout. I mean, let me say this about our defense. When we lost last year, we lost Big E and Big O and Omar Norman Lott off the interior guys. And really, if you look at our tackles, they're nothing more than glorified defensive ends. I mean, strong side defensive ends, with the exception probably of Moy. And you have Bryson Eason, who's came out of high school as a linebacker. He was a middle linebacker for Whitehaven. So I'm not sure that, we have guys who can penetrate, but I'm not sure, like me and a buddy of mine were talking about yesterday, we don't have any guys who are anchors. In other words, we don't have, I hate to use the term, but it's just telling the truth, we don't have enough butts in there. We have guys who can get up the field, but when they do, it's either feast or famine. They get up the field, and if they get, shielded just a little bit, that's just like somebody running a draw play because we're so far up the field. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's interesting, right? Because Alabama, they can't run the ball the way Arkansas can. So maybe you're getting a really good opponent this week, Mariano. They've struggled at the line of scrimmage.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, it's an interesting point, Mariano, that I haven't thought a whole lot about.
I don't think they addressed that in the portal when they lost those three big guys inside.
No, they didn't. No, they did not address that.
And it's coming back to sort of bottom, I think.
Sure it is.
Anyway, we'll see what happens Saturday. I mean, we got a chance. Bama's not – hey, if Florida State can beat you, Bama's can be beat. So they just have to go down there, and they have to play a clean game and, hopefully, win the turnover battle again and get the quarterback off his pins.
Thank you, brother. The other thing about that game the other night, and Bino, you make your point about Tennessee's line, that was in Auburn's building. Now, I want you to think about this. Josh Heupel can't get a call in his building. Now, is that just incompetence with the officials? Are they playing favorites? Are there certain coaches they just don't like? These guys all know each other. I mean, I would think that these officials all text each other. I think that's a fair and safe assumption. These guys all know each other. Briny Boy, watch Twitter for me. Go back. Go back to phones. Go ahead.
I know that I wanted to make a point about Alabama. I know they're unbeaten at home, but South Carolina nearly got them last year. So I don't think it's hopeless. It's going to be hard to beat them down there, but I don't think it's totally hopeless.
No, heck no. No. Bino, the point you were going to make, go ahead, about our defensive line.
No, it's an interesting point that Mariano brought up that I haven't considered a whole lot, but we probably don't have guys that just clog up the middle the way that we did last year. Got a really athletic defensive line, productive defensive line, but yeah, he's right. They probably teams are probably getting to that second level in the middle of our line a little easier than they did last year.
And we'll go back to our phones, 865-200-5402. The thing that gets me about this whole coach and
oh boy,
what?
Sean McDonough, Greg McElroy, and Molly McGrath are calling the game Saturday.
I love Sean McDonough. I'll take
Greg
him.
McElroy though.
That's all right. Who cares? I like Sean McDonough. He does a nice job.
I do too. I really like McDonough.
He does an excellent job, in fact. In fact, he's excellent at everything he does.
Mm-hmm.
865-200-5402. Let's go to our calls and get our next call in on your TLD Logistics phone lines. You're on the air. Welcome in.
Hey, Tony, it's Jason in Florida.
Hey, Jason. Where in Florida are you?
And I'm actually on 30A here, surrounded by all these Florida State fans. That's why I wanted to call you. I'm just curious, why are we not having the conversation regarding Mike Norvell in Florida State? You know, he's lost 3 in a row. I think he's lost 9 straight ACC games. What are your thoughts about Florida State opening up?
I don't know. The problem with Florida State is, from my perspective, just talking to people in the sport, they don't have money. So they're not a big player, which is a weird thing to say because in the illegal days, they were a big player in recruiting. But they just don't have money. So are they going to be willing to pay him to go away? See, that's the thing about Penn State. Penn State wrote a check for how much, guys? North of $50 million.
I think it's 50.
Yeah, that's
$49 million.
Yeah, that's
well,
49. Okay, that's
obviously
lot. That's a lot of cheddar.
I don't know. Norvell was 13-0 2 years ago, but Penn State was in the playoffs last year and then the national semifinals. So obviously, one of those didn't hold any weight at all.
That's right, and that's the thing. The point I was just getting ready to get to about this Banks guy. Last year, everybody was wanting to give him a raise and praise him. You know why? He had players. You know what they don't have this year? Players. They got guys hurt. And the guys behind them, they either have they have some inexperienced kids that are too young to play, and then they don't have a lot of middle. And that's what happens in the portal era when you get injuries. But all of a sudden, Banks can't coach. And people were telling me on our Garzaloff fifth quarter fan reaction, he needs to be fired. Last year, you guys were loving him and praising him. Which one is it? 2 years ago, Norvell was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Last year, he was lost in space. And this year, he's got an average to bad football team, right? Is Florida State's not done losing yet, are they?
I don't think so. I really don't know their schedule, Tony. I don't pay much attention to them or ACC. I'm just surrounded by these guys. But I can tell you this. I have some friends here in the area that didn't even bother to watch the game. That's why I was thinking maybe why is Norvell getting to hang on? These other coaches are out the door.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a friend that lives in Tallahassee, and he tells me that that when you listen to Florida State call-in show, they'll call in and ask what time the game starts Saturday night. He said that's the kind of calls you get. He said, you know.
Hey, so, Tony, one other thing. I noticed in the AP poll that Oregon still got like 4 first-place votes. Why are they getting votes and a team like Alabama is not? I mean, look at their loss. I mean, they just lost, and then they went to overtime with Penn State, who lost their coach.
You know, that's why the polls have never meant less. They just don't mean anything. I remember earlier in the year, Indiana was like in the 20s, and they played Illinois that was number 8, and we know how that thing turned out. I mean, the polls just mean so little right now, and they have no bearing on anything with the playoffs. Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee.
Well, Tony, thanks for taking my call. I tell you,
you.
I'm excited for this weekend. I think we've got a fighting chance.
Sure.
I think some of the Bama fans probably, or some of the Bama team members will probably look at our score and think, we're not that great. And look, it's always a psychological game in college. You know it. So I'm excited. I'm pumped for this weekend.
Thank you, my brother. I linked Bino today to electric football in the blog because that's what our defense at times looks like, electric football. I linked to it. You can go click on it. Those of you that hear when I say electric football, if you go into the blog today, I'm answering the Orange Throat because he had some really good points today. And Tennessee's safeties, and I'm not picking at those guys. They're just not very good. And one guy in particular. And then there's a linebacker in particular who just struggles, and they stick Boo Carter out there at times, and he looks like electric football. And so the good thing is you're playing a team this week while you've had trouble with the run at the line of scrimmage at times. They can't run the ball. And at times they struggle pass protecting. The only problem is, as the week goes on, this Simpson kid, and Bino's right, he's a great story in college football. He hung on for 4 years or 3 years and waited his turn. Nobody does that anymore. Nobody does that anymore. The guy went out his first game and had an embarrassing performance, and he's been pretty good since, to almost very good. He's playing at a really high level right now. So, back to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You are on our Monday edition. Hi.
Hey, Tony. This is Taylor from Chattanooga.
Hey, T. Welcome in.
Hey, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the incident with Joey Aguilar in the game with the coach comm. I was a part of an FCS staff about 4 years ago, and I'll tell you this: those coaches comm they're supposed to be about 6 feet away from the player's box. I wasn't real sure with how that lined up, but those things are so heavy. They have to be controlled by a pallet jack, a motorized pallet jack. We're lucky that it didn't fall on Joey when he hit it. I think with the placement of the box, it comes down to where the plug-ins are on the sidelines. A lot of times the box can be put towards the end of the field, or really it just comes down to where the plug-ins are at Neyland. So pretty dangerous situation, and I know those things are extremely heavy, and there's all kinds of cables and everything that run through there. But Joey's pretty fortunate that didn't hurt him any worse than it did.
So I mentioned on the Garza Law fifth quarter fan reaction the other day, my reply was, first of all, he hit the thing with his head. It was an extremely hard blow. It was concerning to see that, but it was also disconcerting to see that looked closer to the playing surface than they usually are. Yes or no? Is that your view as well?
Yeah. Usually they're placed behind the players' benches.
Thank you.
On the sidelines. That box was in front of the bench. So, and I don't know if that has to do where the plug-ins were on the sidelines, because there's antennas and cables that run off through there, and you need multiple plug-ins. And again, I'm not sure where that's located there at Neyland, but it did look extremely close and out of spot for where they normally are. So, he could have hit it a little harder and knocked out Arkansas's communication. That would have been a big deal. But those things are that's the way they communicate with the coaches up in the press box. And it looked definitely out of place. But I also want to make a point too about the previous caller, the caller before. I'm with him. Tennessee's interior D line is just they're not as big as they used to be. And over these past few games, we've seen a lot of guys just getting pushed back to the second level, and teams have had a tremendous success running the football interior between the guard and the tackle against Tennessee. And, for a guy like Rodney Garner, it's pretty uncommon to see D linemen that, not as beefy as they usually are. So hopefully they can figure something out. That's why you've seen a lot of pressure by Tennessee, because if they don't land on those pressures, they're going to get diced up and they're going to get run on the whole game. So hopefully they can get that taken care of.
Well, it's a great point, and I don't know what you do. Obviously, they got a key player back in Hobbs who was down grabbing something during the game, and we all sort of held our breath. There were a couple hold your breath moments in the game. Hobbs going down, and we're holding our breath. Bino, I don't know about you, man, but when Aguilar went down, I was like, geez Louise, man, please get up.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Tony. And I thought that Deshaun was hurt worse than apparently he is based on his initial reaction. He kind of banged his fist on the turf like you see guys when they know that when they're seriously injured. But apparently he's escaped the serious injury. But that was extremely scary when Joey went down, because we just don't know what we have behind him at all. So a couple of quick things, Tony, that have been brought up. One, I agree with you on Banks. I'm not the biggest Banks fan, but I think it's probably an overreaction to be calling for him to be fired 1 year after he had a defense that basically was the reason that we went to the playoffs. And it appears to me that he's made with Inge, especially, that he's made some good coaching hires, or they have made some good coaching hires on that side of the ball, and they're recruiting extremely well on that side of the ball. So, you would hope some of these holes that we see right now and some of the depth issues that we see right now are not going to be quite as critical going forward.
And that's really well put. And here's the thing. Each year, you're going to have guys jump in the portal you're not expecting. The kid that left from Miami, which we've talked about frequently on here, Tennessee calculated wrong. The portal's going to give and it's going to take. And these teams are all incomplete. It's up to you to exploit that other team's incompletedness like they're going to exploit yours. Can Alabama, because Miller got hammered at the end of that game, and you hate seeing a kid get hit like that. He looked like, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but did not look good. If he can't go this week, can Alabama exploit Tennessee at the line of scrimmage the way some of these teams have? Yeah, and then you start thinking about, I mean, look at the Oklahoma thing. Oklahoma had, and Throat's right to point this out in the blog today. Check out the blog at tclub.team. It's a great way to start your Tennessee day, your sports day. We're going to put stuff in there you're not going to see elsewhere. You're just not. You're just not. And it's pretty damn good. That was irresponsible playing that kid the other day. It was dumb. First of all, it's irresponsible to put a kid on the field that can't play. A kid couldn't throw the ball, couldn't grab the ball. It's one thing if it's your non-throwing hand. And I'm sure the kid says, hey, I want to play. And you got to give that kid credit. He's a gamer. You get no argument from me there. The thing you could have done, though, is if you leave him on the sidelines for a couple weeks and give him a couple more weeks to heal, maybe before you play Tennessee, you can curry favor with the playoff people if you can win some games down the stretch and say, hey, look at us over here. We're 9-3. But you know what? We played a really hard schedule, and we were without our quarterback during that stretch. Now you don't have an argument. I don't, for the life of me, understand what they were doing Saturday when you were trying to watch that kid trying to function out there, because that kid could not function on that field. So let's go back to our phones. 865-200-5402 is our number. Before we go back, I want to remind you, we will have another Tennessee Hardwood Report presented by our friends at We Ship Floors. And they also bring us the Bring the Wood segment each week. The wood this week was brought by Arian Carter, who forced a fumble. And who else, Bri, had a hard hit in that football game that forced a fumble? There was another one out of our secondary. But we brought the wood. We brought the wood.
The kid from the Redden kid?
We brought
the Ross kid?
It was Ross. Thank you.
Ross.
Also, Heupel says Deshaun Bishop will be ready to go in this one. That's one injury report.
All right. That's great news. That's great news.
Feels like Deshaun Bishop will be ready to go in this one, was the exact quote.
Feels like 98. Contractors and homeowners, listen up. We Ship Floors is the manufacturer. The prices are insane. I want you to go on their YouTube page, look up We Ship Floors on YouTube, and look up the video that has Alan using a piece of lead and beating a high-end floor up. And then he takes that same piece of lead and starts hammering the super core floor. Guess what? There are no dents on that super core floor, because Alan's been at it forever, and they've designed this floor, and they do it right out of Johnson City, and it's incredible. And we're proud to be associated with them. They have millions of square feet in stock. WeShipFloors.com. WeShipFloors.com. Free shipping nationwide. They've got a website. You can go there. On the website, they have a room visualizer. You drop in any of their 120 styles of their Supercore floors virtually into your room and order some samples. Order some samples. Free samples. They will send you free samples. WeShipFloors.com. Back to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on our Monday edition.
Hi, Tony. Ronnie boy.
Hey, welcome in, Josh. Happy Bama week to you, brother. Happy Bama week.
Yeah, it's rolled around again, Tony. I don't know if I'm looking forward to it or not. I'm since Columbus Day, I kind of have to agree with Columbo. We're going to have to score and score more and score more. But I don't know what we're doing. I mean, why were we rotating centers in that game? We put Satterwhite in there, and both times went 3 and out. I mean, I don't understand this coaching staff. And this Ian's linebacker coach, I don't know where that's a good hire in what universe. This might be the worst linebacker group I've seen in 40-some years of watching Tennessee football. I mean, we got one maybe above average SEC linebacker, and we've got kids, Tony, walk on. We've got another kid who may be a FC, he looks like he needs to be playing at ETSU. The kid from Buford actually played better than the other two, 33 or 22, but we've not seen him till the other night.
I've never heard you like this. I've never heard you like this in a Florida week, man. This is weird, Bino, hearing Josh this way, isn't it?
I think Josh just comes in here with how he feels, regardless of the week. I think that Rusty was probably right. I think we're putting T. Lander in some bad situations. I do think he's a good run defender for the most part, unless you're out there against Green, who I'm not sure who the last linebacker we had that could run with him was. But you do need to get him off the field in situation and do situational play if they have someone they trust behind him. And I think Carter's a good player, a good, solid football player. And you only use 2 linebackers, so half of our core is good. We got to find the other one.
Yeah, I don't know. We got one running back. We can pretend Star Thomas and Peyton Lewis are good run backs, and we rotating them all the time. For what reason, I have no clue.
All right, let me go back to the center. Let me speak to the center real quick. The kid from Notre Dame has had snap issues. They're not going to talk about this, okay? Again, this is one of these things that people listen to this show for, because I'm going to tell you things, and then if you get one of these people aside that covers a team, they'll say Tony's telling you the truth. The issue with him is he's got a little hitch when he snaps the ball, and the ball's coming out late. Now, Satterwhite, who they wanted, who their optimal line was him starting at center, Pendleton at one of the guards, and then Sanders at a tackle, and then you've got a couple guys you can rotate there and keep yourself fortified as the year goes along. That kid they've gotten from Notre Dame has a little hitch when it comes to snapping the ball. That's led to some of the false start penalties, but it's also led to a couple of plays that should have gone for big yardage, they think, but he's getting the ball back a little later. He's got a little hitch. And again, these are things way above my head.
That makes sense, Tony.
That's why they switch centers. I'm just telling you.
But another thing I don't understand is you've invested all this money in Sanders. He came in early in the game, and the series he did come in, we went straight down the field and scored, and then we took him straight back out again, and we floundered.
Well, and the thing about Star Thomas too, Josh. Everybody has off games, man. You played that sport.
Yeah, Tony, when you play in the SEC again,
Josh,
Star Thomas is going to have great games against these also-ran teams.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, he's not an SEC running back. This guy's 190 pounds, soaking wet. Peyton Lewis has a magnet on him. I mean, he runs straight at defenders.
He was getting
at them.
He was getting outside the tackles and very effective in that Georgia game. Come on now. Be fair to the kid.
When you throw him the football outside, but we didn't do that any. But I don't know, Tony. I don't know if you can be good at 2 things at once. I don't know if you can be a great offense and play great defense. I don't know if you can. But I had hoped that Venables would fall on his face and he would get fired. Banks is not a great coordinator. I mean, we have recruited horribly outside the defensive line, and it's catching up with us now. We had to spend all our money in the portal on the offensive line because he had recruited horribly. Now we're finally starting to recruit a little better. Well, we don't have no defense. Our defense is horrible. It's horrible. I mean, I don't know what to say. No. I hope we win. I mean, hell yeah, I'll be torn to pieces watching it. But the reality of it is how in the hell are we going to cover those three receivers?
Matt had a great line. He said he kept looking for Sal Sinceri to make an appearance after Saturday. Because that did feel like Sal Sinceri football being out. It really did at times out there in watching that game. There was so much wide open space, Bean, on some of those plays. I mean, just wide open space.
Yeah, 500 yards offense.
I mean, they went down the field. That first drive, guys, there were a couple plays where we didn't have a defender anywhere in, like, the screen, Josh. Like, not in the screen. Yeah. I know these guys have good stuff.
We play so big cushions. I mean, I know they don't want to give up big plays and kind of bend but don't break stuff. And, I don't understand their game plan, but I don't know, man. It is really frustrating. The last 2 weeks, you'd think we'd lost the way I feel. I mean, it's hard to watch sometimes. You just want to throw the TV out in the road.
Well, our fans wanted me. Our fans, and look, I'm a fan. They wanted me to sell for Arkansas after that game the other day, Josh, and call it a great win. And look, all these SEC wins are solid wins, and it's good to get them. But man, that was a frustrating game Saturday. I agree with you. Saying and acknowledging that it's not easy winning these SEC games, and you have to take them all.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's hard seeing this team making a playoff run, Tony, right now, the way it looks.
That's one of the reasons
why. I mean, that could change week to week in this league. You never know. But,
sure.
Right now, I mean, we got so many holes. It's I don't see a quick fix. And I think a lot of teams are in that same boat.
Sure they are.
And you're talking about coaching movement. A lot of people up here in Blacksburg, and they're hollering for James Franklin. They'd love to see him at Virginia Tech.
Oh, my gosh. What an upgrade he'd be for what
I think Kiffin's going to eventually end up at LSU. It's just a matter of time how they finish. You could see Kelly move on. People pay so much money anymore and invest so much in this stuff nowadays. There's no leeway for these coaches. They're getting paid so much. I mean, hell, there shouldn't be.
No, I mean, it's like the NFL. The NFL stands for not for long. And we got to come up with what the acronym, and thank you, Josh. We got to come up with what the acronym for SEC stands for. But, Josh, here's my challenge to you. It's Alabama week. You got that out of the way now on Monday. I need you on board come Friday when we're down there at Calhoun's. I need a clarion call for the ages. I need you to be full-throatedly practicing party discipline come Friday. It's good. You got that out of the way. You got through today. It's good. I'm asking everybody what they think's going to happen on a Monday. By Friday, I want full wool. I mean, hell, I might even grow some hair by Friday. So we come back on the other side, and I wouldn't go that far after this.
Guests appear on the TLD Logistics Hotline. Online at tldlogistics.com.
Currently a residential electrician, would you like more benefits, better pay, more upside? What about a $3,000 signing bonus, free company paid health insurance, annual profit share, company vehicle, gas card, much more? Call Advent Electric today. Advent, known for their large commercial jobs around town, and due to high demand, they're adding additional roles for their residential department. Maybe you know a friend, family member that's a residential electrician. Spread the word. Email hr@adventelectric.com. hr@adventelectric.com. 865-588-0631 and ask for the Tony B 3K signing bonus. Advent Electric is hiring. You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land. Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott, for hundreds in our area. Custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted grade A grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced.
Mountains.com and go Vols.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club teams start at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we're the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our trials last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care. I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City,
Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth Only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw premium vodka. Please drink responsibly.
It's always magnificent. Mondays on the Basilio Show, presented by our friends at Fleet Tire. I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. And now, back to B.
Look, I'm as we welcome you back, and we're going to do a TLD Logistics Overdrive overtime. We didn't do any hyper today, but Josh Heupel did say that they fully expect Sean Bishop to go. I just love college football because it's such a sport of overreaction. Here's a thought for you that I didn't realize, but I just texted my brother, and it's true. So Penn State lost 3 games in a row. I just got a text from somebody and said, Tony, do you realize how razor's edge this thing is? Let me share it with you. Penn State came from 2 touchdowns back against Oregon. We were watching that concurrent with doing Garza-Law 5th quarter fan reaction just 2 weeks ago. And they got off the mat and scored 2 touchdowns and got the game to overtime. And then in overtime, Oregon fumbled the football and it went through a Penn State defender's hands. If the defender gets on the ground, they beat UCLA and they win on Saturday. But how crazy is the sport right now? How crazy is the sport, man?
Yeah. It's just about, like I told you, Tony, I'm not saying it was the right thing or the wrong thing to do. I'm just saying I'm absolutely stunned that James Franklin is out of a job. And I'm sure up there the thought is, we've tolerated him never really winning the game that we have to win a national championship.
Yeah.
What we're not going to tolerate along with that is getting beat by 2 teams that can't play.
That's right.
Right behind it.
That's right.
And I understand the fans' frustration from that point.
And my Penn State would be, and he said to me, Penn State be number 1 in America right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But he's fired. And he knows. These guys all know. Like Josh was talking about what we don't have on defense. There's a lot of teams that don't have on defense. A lot of them. And so this whole thing is just nuts. It's a crazy sport. And some of you are really, well, this show should be called Negovals on YouTube. Some idiot just said, you're an idiot. I can't help you. Don't listen. Because people are going to react passionately to something they care about. And I encourage passion on both ends of the spectrum. I encourage passion. And if you're passionately positive, be passionately positive. But have a reason to back it up. And if you're passionately negative, be passionately negative, but have a reason to back it up. Just like with Josh, I challenged Josh on a couple points. The reason they were rotating centers is that the Pendleton guys having trouble with snaps. The reason they're rotating on their defense so much is they rotate anyway. And you people are right to point out that they're a little light in the rear on their defensive line compared to past years. But that's college football. Georgia's having a tweener year on their defense. Hey, we let Georgia beat us. We should have made the field goal and beaten them. We had Georgia beat. We didn't manage the game properly at the end, and we had them beat anyway. Kirby Dumb should have been down 17-0 the other night, but they don't call him Kirby Dumb. They call him Kirby Smart because nobody, and I mean nobody, knows how to work the zebras like Kirby Smart. I've never seen anything like it. The timeout that they took away from him, how about last year at Texas, Bino, when he got him to rerun a play or whatever that was? Do you remember? That crazy.
I don't remember the exact situation, but I do remember it was something that was extremely odd.
It was a total work job of him by the officials. And when Kirby Dumb's on the sidelines, it feels like wrestling. It feels like wrestling.
I thought, Tony, I watched that timeout deal. That did look just like an old wrestling manager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was expecting
he was
the official,
obviously calling timeout.
Well, Bino, I was expecting the official to come over and check him for a foreign object and him to turn his back from the ref and put it in his mouth, like the bad guys
these coaches
used to.
should know how to signal something without making it look like a timeout.
Back to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
What's up, guys? It's Music City Sam.
Hey, Sammy. Welcome in.
I'm coming with the facts today, the numbers.
There we go.
I'm backing it up.
There we
All
go.
right, so I was curious with Tennessee because we're top in sacks in the SEC now, and obviously our offensive line hasn't given up many. And so I was wondering,
Sammy, we're having trouble hearing you. Bino?
Yeah, Sammy, I don't hold the phone. I don't know what to tell you, but I didn't hear any of that either.
Yeah, Tony, we can't hear these callers very well all sometimes, especially starting. So go ahead.
Go ahead, Sammy. Sammy. You're my guinea pig. Go ahead.
Can you hear me, Tony?
I hear you now, Sammy.
Yes, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. So basically, Tennessee has created 26 sacks this year and given up 4 on offense. It's a plus 22 differential. That is by far the best of the top 12 teams in the country, by far the best in the SEC. And Alabama's sitting down at -4 differential. 9 sacks taken, 13 sacks given up by their offense. Our trenches are playing at a pretty good level. I know it's not all about sacks, but it's pretty impressive to be top in the nation in that plus-minus differential in the top 12 teams.
Yeah,
Does that surprise
Sammy,
anyone?
I want to go